How's it? How's it, guys? How are you? Welcome to
So
Chatbox Season 2, Episode 5 with myself and my brother KLM Pace. How are you doing, my boy?
good on you, brother. How are you doing, man?
Good, you look all snazzy dazzy and comfy there.
I'm flipping cold, dog. Don't live in a house that doesn't have sunlight. It is bloody cold. Sure.
Welcome to the fiber world, brother. Nice to have you back and with the fast-paced paces.
Camera not lagging. Yeah, happy. Just
And my
happy to.
camera's lagging, unfortunately, because I use my cell phone for the Skype. So, yeah, so you look at his interface rather than mine for going to do the daily A's as usual, A, B, and C. Then we'll do the FIA Nations and Menu, followed by it's discussing the race, then followed by the Nations Lap Guide, done by Sunburn Donkey, and then the Menu Lap Guide done by Mr. Pace himself, both of them who are GTSA champions. We'll have one small advertorial with regards to power load shedding backup kits, so please be aware of that. I will not be aware, just take note. Then we're going to have a little King of the Rings segment for Mr. Pace himself with the Invitational and as well as the Sky Coffee promotion. Then we're going to have an interview with our producer himself, Mr. Ruan van der Walt, DMR AM Racing, and Pace can't wait to pop him some questions. So just
Mm.
stay tuned for that. Then we're going to have two moments of the weeks, a chaos of the week, and then after that, we'll end up the show and start with the chat box. Race 2 for Pool B at Willow Springs from 8 o'clock all the way to 9. That'll be streamed live as well. So make sure to tune in and stay tuned with regards to that. So, yeah, Mr. Pacey, let's go through to Daily Race A and hit it off.
100%. So daily race A. Well,
We're not getting any sound from us. See, he's being interviewed tonight, and now his equipment and everything is starting to fail. I can see he wants to get out of it. Okay, guys, we'll just quickly go through the daily races again. Sorry for that, guys. I can hear you on the potty chat. I'm not sure if I can hear you on the stream, brother. Maybe just check if you're not muted. So you can see there's no voice. Okay, guys, so sorry for that. We're going to quickly run through the dailies. We've got RBS performance. Basically, maybe just sort that out. At a 135.8. Awesome stuff, Mr. Sean, RBS. Umesh also with 136.7. We've got ZMAX with a 136.82 with a different car though. We've got Eleanor Charlie, Garden Balloon with 137.4, 137.7. TRQ Ultima, our main man, Wolfman with 385, 387, 389, and 39.1, all on the daily ones. Okay, so our fastest time was there in 135.8, which was only zero point 0.6 from top 10. So well done for you, Shaunas, Mr. RBS. First place there's the Dirks or the Burks at 134.9 and then 135.2 the 10th place. So awesome stuff to Mr. RBS performance. Great stuff. Mr. Pace, let's really quickly do a sound check again.
testing, testing.
There we go.
Cool.
Sort your life out, mate. You've got the Dino features with your WhatsApp and everything being changed now. I think it's affecting you, bro.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Cool. So, Daily Race B, we've got in the top times here Tug of War GP in his Soroka. I think this was a Soroka Cup around Fuji. My dad was taking part in this quite a lot. So, well done to Tug of War with the 141 almost dead. It's a 001 there. GTA S Caddy with a 141.052. Really lucky to see him on the charts for once.
It is.
Ghost Killer 1791 with a 141.116. I hope 1791 wasn't when you were born, mate. Cartes 84 with the 141.4. Cruzets, another new name, 141.4. Ken Dog, there he is, 141.5. Big ups to you for
Okay,
making
Mr.
the top
Doggy
10
Dog.
there. Eleanor Duam Charlie with the 141.545. Mental Panda, Dimpy 18, and Mr. Valentino. What's up? Nice to see him on the list again. 141.764. And then last but not least, Mr. KBR from the Kalahari Boys Hollywood, 141.7. So big ups, guys. Well done there with Daily Race B around Fuji. And then that's the
Nice,
top
nice,
times
nice.
there. 140.5. So who was it? It was who's the top time there now? I forgot. Completely forgot. But he was
Williams.
literally he was point 0.5 tug of war, point 0.5 off the top time. So big ups to him. Well done there,
Awesome
guys.
stuff, brother. Awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff. Mr. Williams Fuverus with a 140.2. So congrats to the guys doing really, really well around Fuji in the Sirocco. I know the racing was quite hectic, so big ups to you guys. And then last but not least, Daily Race C. This was Group 3 cars. I can't remember the track for the life of me, but nonetheless, Ghost Killer topping the charts with his 911 RSR, a 145.3. Big ups, bud. Mr. Sunburn Donkey, our GTSSA recent champion with a 145.3 himself. Really close fight between the 911 and the RCZ there. Mikhailo 5, another GTSSA champion in the WRX with a 145.7. OJ with in his R8 a 145.9. Tug of War featuring once again in the Beetle, the Yeetle as I like to call it, with the 146.0. Cruzets again with big ups, man. Nice to see you featuring on both Daily Race B and C with the 146.0 himself. Crazy 8 Stick Safe, big ups to you, bud.
Nice, brother.
146.2. Richard Furry with the 146.3. Short Shift 48, one of my EKZ teammates in his M3, a 146.5. And then Henny Bez rounding up the list in his 4GT at the 146.6. From there, the top times was about a second off to P10, who did a 144.2, and then the top time by Twitch Jossetti, it looks like he's just changed or used an alternative account with a 143.8. So well done to the guys again. Let's keep getting SA on the map in terms of the dailies and just keep pushing, guys. It will definitely pay off.
Great stuff. I think the guys with the dailies actually started pushing it quite a bit there. So, guys, I'll be doing the nation's FIA standings with regards to the GDSSA League, etc. So, again, topping it off is Mr. Sunburn Donkey with 1,500 plus. Awesome stuff there. Then followed by Leap 33 at 1162. Mikhail shortly on his heels, 1131. And Sirius 1129. And KK Frostman is somebody else. And then we've got DMR Travis. Well done. A newly auditioned joinee debutants at DMR, Mr. Travis. Watch out for him. 1048, SMP3 Pro 977. Pop Gesig, but he's from the UK, so he'll say Pep Gezeg at 975. We've got Yasteel at 956. Mr. Henny Bears 867. 887 and Sprinkler at 887. Sprinkler is genuinely in the last, let's say, 4 to 5 weeks had a massive jump in skill set, race results, etc. Because this man is on a freaking mission. So yeah, also keep an eye out for his moment of the week later today with some awesome race results with regards to Eleanor. So yeah, that's it for FI standings. And then yeah, on your side of the story of the world, Mr. Payton.
Yeah, so manufacturers, our top guy Talk 23, otherwise known as Uche Jr. with 1,604 points. That is 600, yes. Then Not Stinky with 1,568. He's on a bit of a sabbatical, but we will see him again soon once he's done with his exams. Myself, also been on a sabbatical due to internet, 1,483 points. I am going to be taking part from Wednesday. Then DeanoCantino, 1,284 points in 6th place. Well done. Who's next? GTP GTI with 1,091 points. Well done to you, sir, for breaking that 1,000-point mark. GTRSA as well. Pap Yisik with 1,068 points, and GTRSA 1,055. JOO Pace with 1,030. Master DMR AM Racing, aka Ruan, with 1,016 points. Well done to you, bud. And last but not least, Master Sprinkler with 990 points. Guys, those that are South African races in the manufacturers, let's get you guys to A+ so that you can earn some more points, man.
Cool beans, guys. Yeah. So on A plus there, guys. Also, this is a race for Manu that Mr. Pace will quickly run through the race with you, and then he'll be doing his lap guide. After that, we'll do the nations race details with the nations lap guide, followed by a short advertorial. Okay, Mr. Pace, obviously, man macadamian nuts in a menu. Go for it, bro.
Yeah, so Manu Series race this coming Wednesday is around Sardinia Road Track B. It is quite a nice track for the Group 4 cars. I have found that the guys that will be racing in the FF cars will have a lot more pace advantage, particularly at the beginning, but nonetheless the MR cars and everything else will definitely come back after the 12 laps. So all I'll say is don't give up with this one, guys. And yeah, it's a sprint race and good luck. And then next is the FIA
Nations Cup
Nations
race.
race. Dino, are you taking part in this one?
I am indeed, yeah. So it's going to be 2 times fuel, 7 times tire wear. Looks like all the power horses will be here. It's going to either be a 2-stopper or a 1-stopper. It is 19 laps. Your mediums, let's say using the GTR, looks like one of the OP cars of the GTR. Aston Martin is also a very good car to look at here as well. And then also maybe the Porsche. The Porsche won't be as fast on a single lap, but the tire wear will definitely be able to push you to a 1-stopper. So if you're looking at a 2-stopper, go 8 laps. 8 laps, 3 laps, or you can do 8, 9, and 2. If you're doing for the 1-stopper, you can push for 9 laps mediums, 10 laps hards. Do start on your hards unless you qualify front of the pack, and then yes, you can push it flat out, and no need for fuel saving whatsoever if you're using one of those cars. So there are the strategies. You can either use an 8-8 3, or you can use an 8 and 9 2, depending on how skilled you are with regards to that. If you're starting in the mid pack, start on your hards at the end, and then you can just jump to your next 2 sprint laps. Awesome stuff. Okay, so then we're going to have a lap guide for nations. Apologies for this, gentlemen. So, yeah, let's quickly... Ruan, if you can just jump to the lap guides, if you don't mind, brother, directly after the race. Okay, so, Pace, if you're ready for the manufacturers, so we can just follow up what is said about the menu, then the lap guide, then the nations, then the lap guide, with regards to that track.
Sure thing. So, all good. So, as mentioned, guys, the race is around Sardinia Road Track B. The OP cars for this race will definitely be the front-wheel drive cars, in particular the Audi TT. But nonetheless, I do believe that the other cars, such as the MR cars like the Porsche or the Renault Megane Trophy, those will definitely be really, really good around this track. So if you are driving in one of the other MR cars, I would advise that you do take part in this race, as you can score some good points towards the end of the race, especially with the guys' tires that will be dying towards the end of the race. So, Ruan, we ready? Okay, cool, guys. So it is a 12-lap race, racing mediums only. Fuel wear won't really affect you too much in this race. It will be quite a flat-out sprint, and then tire wear is quite a bit more. You might find that your tires towards the end of the race will die out quite quickly, especially in an FF car. So do try and do your best not to slide too much, especially at a few corners that are on this track that make the car slide, and yeah, just conserve tires and rev the heck out of your cars as much as you can.
Right, if we could just quickly have a focus on the beautiful, beautiful livery that Mr. Pace is running here, gentlemen.
Sure thing. So shout out to Mr. I Phantoms, who created my livery. This is obviously in support of DeanoCantino and the bet that we had made in getting him to past 225 subscribers. So as you can see, DeanoCantino is all over the car saying I love DeanoCantino, and yeah, again, big shout out to I Phantoms for this one. Really awesome looking livery. My GR3 looks exactly the same as this one. So this I'm going to be racing for the rest of the GTSSA and FIA season. So look out for me on track with these cars, guys.
Guys, also for you guys who have Mr. Pace on WhatsApp, please go to his personal messaging screen and have a look at his lovely profile picture and his status. Please. And then leave comments below. All right, Pace, take it away.
Cool, so first things first, guys. I know this final corner, that's why I'm actually stopped here, is the most difficult corner probably on this track. How I take this corner is that I'm generally up into about 5th or 6th gear by this point. If you look at the right hand side, you'll see that there's a stone wall that's on the right hand side there. I would brake, or just tap the brakes a little bit at that point and shift my car down into 4th or 3rd gear. Once I've passed the stone wall, say for example, by the fencing, that's when I'd start turning in to the left-hand corner and then just clip it very nicely and run myself out nice and wide onto the grass patch here. If you go off a little bit, not a train smash, you are definitely on a quicker lap if you are running it nice and wide there. Then you come down the straight, up through the gears. I remember doing this race on this lap guide on the other chat box not too long ago in season 1 with the group 3. Anyway, up through the gears, come down to the 100-meter boards where you start braking, shift down to 2nd gear or 3rd gear, clip this apex and accelerate very nicely out into 3rd. Coming around the 2nd corner, hugging it nice and tight, keeping it out wide. As soon as you see the flat curve and not the elevated curve is when I would start turning in and aiming for that curve in 3rd or 4th gear. Hugging it very nice and tight and then letting the car run out naturally to the outside. As you then come to the red wall on my right hand side is when I would start braking. Generally I would go down into 2nd gear and start turning as I come to the middle of that curve. Accelerating nice and wide out of the corner now, up into 3rd if you have to avoid the wheel spin. Generally I would be up into 4th, a slight tap of the brakes when you start to see the red and white wall on the left hand side, so when you tap those brakes. Coming in 3rd gear, nice and tight, holding it, and then as soon as you see the windmill in the top right hand side of your screen, that's when you should start accelerating out to the corner, because that's when you've hit the apex. Accelerating into a blind exit curve. Takes a bit of practice, that one. Hugging it nice and tight, running slightly wide off the track there, clipping it nice and close again, and then braking at the 100-meter board or the blue Astro to take this next corner in 2nd gear. Clipping it. This corner is where I find that I kind of slide quite a bit with my car, so do be careful and try not to slide because it will obviously affect your tire wear. Into 2nd gear there, exiting again onto the blue AstroTurf. You can run your car off there, and then the same thing here, and braking just as again you see where the red and white bollards start for the tire wall. Dropping it into 3rd, clipping it so nicely here, running it out a bit wide, and then as you get to this exit or entry curve here, as you just exit it now is when you should start turning into the left-hander. Generally I would be up into 5th gear at this point. If necessary, lift off ever so slightly so that you can make the corner, and then onto this exit curve where you can look for that tire wall, the 2nd one, to start your lap again on the exit curve. Cool guys, so that's just a quick and brief discussion. I have posted up my best lap replay where I did a 1:24.9, so you can obviously go look for that in your activity feeds on the game, and I'm going to do a quick lap around the circuit now. Make sure your tires are warm before doing this. I do notice that mine are a little bit cold at the moment. So as we're coming to turn 1 again, remember to look for the 100-meter board where you would start braking. And I go down into 2nd, you can take it in 3rd if you have to. Exiting in 3rd. Holding it out wide. As soon as I see that flat curve, turning in. Hugging it nicely and letting the car naturally go out wide. The red wall. Down into 2nd. Accelerating as I hit the apex, running it a little bit wide. As the tire wall starts, dropping it into 3rd, holding, look out for the windmill. Accelerate as soon as you see it. Nice and tight, running out a little bit wide, making sure you don't hit the wall. Coming in tight again, look for the blue AstroTurf. Braking down into second gear, nice and tight, running it a little bit wide onto that Astro. Again looking at the Astro, dropping it nice into third gear. Remember, you look for the tire wall on that braking zone. As I come to that exit curve, lifting off slightly through that corner, look for the wall on the right, down into fourth, turning in, running it a little bit on the exit there. And that's basically a lap around Sardinia Road Track B. Should be about a 1:25.9 almost. Cool guys, so that's a lap around Sardinia Road Track B. I hope you do well. And yeah, again, as I said, FF cars will be OP around here, but if you are in an MR car, definitely do take part because you will be stronger towards the end of the race.
Awesome stuff. Thanks a lot, as always, Mr. Kalen. Appreciate that, guys. If you have any questions or comments regarding the strategies with Sardinia, if he has already explained them, just pop a WhatsApp message either on the group or to myself or to Pace himself, and I will be glad to assist you. Okay.
For sure.
Awesome stuff, guys. So we're quickly going to set up for a video for the nation's introduction, which is Sunburn Donkey. He's giving us a play-by-play hot lap guide here, a pre-recorded lap guide. So it will be very detailed and very informative. And yeah, make sure that you can take notes of this, as Sunburn Donkey and Mr. Pace are one of the fastest, or probably the two fastest, or top three fastest in our league. So definitely able to learn from these guys, please. And then yeah, so this is going to be the GR3 for Red Bull Ring, which is on Wednesday. The strategy that I mentioned for either the 2-stop 883 or the 1-stop at 10 and 9. Okay, so here we go, guys.
Hello guys, Sunburn Donkey with a quick lap guide of the upcoming Nations round. It's for Group 3 at the Red Bull Ring. So if you look at the top of the leaderboard, MR cars are OP here, so the Lambo does very well. There's a couple of FR cars in there as well, like the Aston and the Lexus. I'm doing this one in the Lexus. Feels like quite a solid option. I think it will be good for the race. So yeah, let's get this started. Coming into turn 1, we're going to be braking at a 100-meter board, go down to second, and track limits on turn 1 is interesting. Sometimes you get away with running wide, other times you hardly go wide and you get a penalty. Also, if you cut too much on the inside, you get a penalty as well. So when you're doing your time trial or your quali lap, you're going to have a couple of goes at it, so you can push the limits there, but in the race, just be very mindful in the race. Don't hit the yellow curb on the inside, and be careful of going too wide. Pick the accelerator up nice and early. And over here they call this turn 2, although in the car it's not really a turn, but in the official track map this is turn 2. When we're braking at 100 meters, you really want to brake as late as possible, but get it turned early on the accelerator. Really maximize your exit there. There's a lot of time. You really want to get to your slowest point right on the apex. Right, coming into turn 4, brake at 100 again, just before the 100. In this car, get down to second, get the apex. You don't want to run wide. Little mistake there, probably cost me a 10th. So coming into the next section of the two left-handers, it's very important here to try and maintain apex speed. So we're going to be braking at a 50, downshift to third, and make the apex. Running wide on these corners cost you a lot of time. And just be patient. You don't want to accelerate too early, which would result in you coming off the accelerator again and reapplying the accelerator. That costs you more time than just being patient and finding the correct spot to start accelerating fully. After a couple of laps, you will more or less get a feeling for where you need to do this. So brake at a 50, a little bit of brakes, trail brake in, hug the apex, start feeding in the power, full throttle, brake where the road starts, downshift the gear, full throttle. Very important, this exit. Don't run wide on the left hand side, it's not necessary. It's just going to cost you lap time. Coming into the last two turns, you really want to make sure you make the apex. So for the first turn, if you brake too late, you lose a lot of time. So you're going to brake before the marshal post on the left hand side. So between the 100 and the 150, but I would say closer to the 100 board. Drop into third. I could have probably accelerated a little bit earlier here. At the end of the red and white section is where we're going to brake again. And again, you don't want to run wide, you want to make the apex and get on the throttle as soon as possible. You can get a penalty there for cutting too much. So yeah, that's a lap. I hope it's help you guys out.
Cool.
Alright guys, so that's from Mr. Donkey Donks himself. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely informative. Red Bull Ring, if you catch the flow of that track, you can just be super fast around there. Just remember, like you said, watch out for the braking markers, most important, and then acceleration. Everything's on throttle control. Quarter, half, three-quarter, full. Not half, full, half, full. Otherwise you'll go, zoop, 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 zoop. Done. Unless you're driving the Subaru or the Porsche, we just can plant it. Okay, guys, so that's perfect. Thanks a lot for the Nations Cup, Mr. Donkey. I think the weather we can do it from that, like, next week. I'll be the same for you, Mr. Pace, I assume.
Yep.
Much more informative. Will be less pressure on you guys. You won't miss your braking markers and say, oh, oops, 20 meters back, you guys have to do that. So you can actually do your best laps. Bring whatever's in your minds at that moment through to them and explain to them in detail what's going through champions' mindsets like that.
100%.
Okay, guys, so we're just going to run through a small advertisement with regards to new load shedding backup power kits. This is part of cubicle compressors, generators, and power kits. Just a quick runtime schedule with load shedding hitting everybody, especially with the gaming. There's a lot of people being affected by us, and we miss you guys. We love you. We don't want you to miss out. So, as you can see on the right-hand side, there are two inverter kits. The top one, which is everything on the left on red, and then the bottom one, everything on the right on green. So the top one, you can run, it's a 12 volt 720, and then you can run everything on the left-hand side for as long as it indicates. So you'll be able to run for 4 hours, a small cell phone, lamp, alarm system, DVD player, dish, and basically a monitor. So that is basically a PlayStation, a router, a TV, and a rig. You'll be able to run for 2 to 4 hours on backup shedding with that first inverter kits. The second inverter kit is the one in green. I know Mr. Ruan bought one recently last week, and then maybe I'll just ask him when he's in for the interview what his thoughts, etc. with that was. But I know he ran his surround sound system, his 65-inch TV, 3 internet cables, his PlayStation, and his PC, and he ran it for, I think, 2.5 hours, and he still had 75% battery left, so it could easily go to 6 hours. Guys, so these are the two packages. If you want more information, just email info@cubiclegroup.co.za, or you can just mail me or give me a WhatsApp call. It is our company and my company. So the setup on the left starts from 7,780, and the setup on the right starts from 12,350. This includes delivery nationwide. I can say basically 95% of South Africa this will include. So if you're in Gauteng, if you're in Cape Town, Durban, and or Port Elizabeth, you'll be able to receive a further 5% discount or a 10% discount if you do play GT Sport. You are one of my PSN friends or one of Pace's PSN friends, guys. So please send us a message, pop me a WhatsApp, comment for details below. And then, yeah, these are the two setups, the basic ones, one on the left, one on the right. One on the left, you can run a whole gaming system for 4 to 8 hours on backup. The one on the right, you can run a gaming system for the whole day on backup power. So it's awesome stuff. And then if you want more information, like I said, give me a call.
100%. Cool beans, guys. So up next we have the King of the Ring announcement. We have an invitational race that will be taking place next week, Tuesday. If you are willing to take part, just give me a shout. I have sent out all the links and where you can register. As many registrations as we get will be awesome, so that we can have multiple pools running. How it will work is we will run different pools, and it will be a one make GR4 per pool. The GR4s might be different between pool 1 and pool 2. And yeah, it's around the 24-hour Nürburgring Nordschleife RSS tires, meaning super soft tires, and no fuel or tire wear whatsoever. It's a flat-out sprint, 3 laps around the Nürburgring 24-hour Nordschleife race. And yeah, just come through, guys. Literally a fun race. It will be streamed on my channel next week, Tuesday. And yeah, just hoping that the community that's been supporting the King of the Ring, the official races, does take part in this. Some of the guys that are in the official season will also be racing in this invitational, so it'll be awesome to see where you guys as the viewers are able to square up against the guys who are taking part in the official season. So links will be sent in the chat very shortly. And yeah, guys, if you're keen, look out for my social media pages and just get yourself signed up to take part in the King of the Ring Invitational. King of the Ring sponsored by Pace Motorsports and Sky Coffee Company. And speaking of Sky Coffee Company as well, guys, Sky Coffee Company has come out with a limited edition Pace Motorsports Sky Coffee Medium Dark Roast. Again, it pays to be my friend, it seems, with the inverters as well as the coffee. If you give the discount code KLM-Pace for that branded coffee, you get a 10% discount off the Sky Coffee, not the inverters, the Sky Coffee.
So your discount code for the inverters will be Pace Loves Dino.
Pace Loves Dino for the inverters. But yes, guys, Sky Coffee Company. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Sky Coffee Company. And yeah, guys, just support the brand, support the cause, and yeah, get yourselves some coffee so that you can set the pace, guys.
Right, awesome. Thanks a lot for that, Mr. Pacey. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, cool. So we're going to jump onto our intro video with our producer, director in the background, as always. So this is going to be super fun. Yeah, please take my face away. All focus is on you. Mr. Ruan van der Walt is also DMR AM Racing, which is the co-founder of the DMR team alongside myself. But he's the main brains behind it anyway, so and I'm just the big mouth getting the recruits.
Always.
Okay, so
mouth.
Mr. Pace. Alright, so I see he's already unmuted himself. So, guys, yeah, Mr. Pace, take it away, brother.
Ruan, how are you, dear sir?
I'm well, gents. Very good. How are you guys?
Yeah, awesome to have you on the stream instead of making snide comments behind the scenes to us. But yeah, guys, welcome to DMR AM Racing ZA. One of the founders, if I'm not mistaken, of DMR, correct?
Yeah, kind of. I think we just decided one day we need to create a racing team. It wasn't enough to join an existing racing team. I think that was the thing. Yeah.
It all started in our mother's garage. One day. What?
Exactly.
And I think DMR did come out with a bang, especially it exploded on the scene in terms of GTSA, your first season in LNR as well. Yeah, just explain the history and where DMR came about.
Yeah, I think it was more we joined Heaton Proxer beginning of LNR.
Yep.
And I think I don't even think we had done a race yet. And we kind of looked at, these teams already have a lot of guys in them. There may be some politics with the different teams and all that. And we were like, we just really here to race.
Yep.
I mean, we like all the guys. We like all the guys in all the teams, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was the main thing, yes.
But yeah, we also felt like it might be a good idea to have a team that we can build with a few new faces. That maybe we can help each other out and become better drivers. So that was more of it, and just creating a different type of community with guys that we probably see potential in. That we can help, and they can obviously help us as well, and then of course grow together. So so far it's so good. It's actually been a pretty fun experience.
It is. I think also what you're trying to say is more about the underdog rookie cards and checking what type of potential you can grow into.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of just recruiting.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. And I know, obviously, DMR's very recent, but you've been racing for quite a long time under, correct me if I'm wrong, the PSN roof under Vault, and you recently switched it to AM Racing ZA. Based on your GT Sport knowledge, taking part in the BMW um, Car Club series, as well as I believe you are taking part in the Ford Motor Company SA. Just your experience throughout GT Sport as a whole, how's that been for you?
Yeah, I love it. To be honest, I've only really been doing sim racing for now would be. I probably only started now about a year ago. So I mean, I had GT Sports when it came out, but I never really took it seriously. It was just something I played because I always liked Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was, but one day I was just on the internet and I was checking some guys streaming, and I was like, that's actually a lot of fun, because I never really did the online races or anything like that. And as soon as I started doing the online races, I was like, you know what, I want to get a wheel. And that's exactly what I did. I went and bought a wheel. I was pretty much an amateur to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And once I got the wheel, I started looking for communities or leagues to drive in. And then I joined, just under a year ago, I joined GDSSA. And that's when I really started doing the league racing, which was a lot of fun. I was really terrible at the start. But the really great thing about GDSSA is that it's quite a big community. So when you drive in, and even if you're starting in pool 6 or 7 or 8, I think my first season I started in pool 7 or 8. It's just really cool to learn from the guys, and you see the guys that are faster than you, and you want to improve and be better. And to be honest, it's become kind of an addiction doing some racing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's true.
I feel like all of us feel that way.
Yeah. And then at the end of last year, I just started getting into the higher pools, pool 2 and pool 1. And yeah, that's when I started focusing a bit more on it. And then getting interested in other some games like iRacing and ACC on PC. Yeah, and then I joined that BMW league, which was quite fun. What was it? The Bridgestone BMW Car Club Sim Challenge or something.
Yeah.
And I kind of really enjoyed that. There was really good competition. I freaking couldn't beat you once. I tried.
You're close, bro. So close. You'd be sweating.
I tried, but yeah, overall it was so much fun. And it's one thing you learn as well is if you want to get better, you need to drive with guys that are better, because you learn a lot just even by being in someone's slipstream, how they're driving, where they're braking, and that kind of thing. So yeah, that my biggest advice to anyone starting out is just like drive with people that are a little bit better than you. If you just stay with the same group of guys that are not necessarily better than you, or you winning all the time, it's very difficult to improve.
100%. I'm actually glad that you mentioned that.
Your pace.
Being able to drive with guys that are better than you, because my next question is something that I found out from you a while back that was actually really interesting, and I think a lot of the guys might like to hear about it, is that you had some coaching done with David Perel, and I think a lot of guys don't obviously think that way, or like if they want to obviously improve how they race and how they can improve their pace on track by getting someone else to kind of give them some coaching. So can you just give us a bit of insight with what you learned in terms of being able to get that experience through David Perel?
Yeah, it was super interesting. The reason I did it was I felt like it was actually the beginning of the year. I felt like I'm just not getting any more pace, or I'm not improving, but I'm still far behind a lot of the guys. And you know, I wanted to be better at it, so I thought, yeah, well, I know David Perel does the coaching, so I inquired about it. It is a little bit expensive, but after I'd done it, it was so worth it. It's so interesting how he picks up on really small things that you're doing. And it turns out most of the things are just habits that you have while you're driving. And once he points it out to you and he starts telling you, okay, on the next lap, think about that the whole time, so you don't do it again, you start improving. I mean, I can't remember what track we did, but it's basically almost a 2-hour session. And the first thing he does is just let you do some warm-up laps, get comfortable with him watching you. He doesn't really say anything while you're warming up. And then he'll start asking you, okay, where are your braking points? Why are you braking here? Different questions like that. And then after he's done that, he doesn't really tell you if you're doing anything wrong yet. He just, he lets you spectate him. And then he starts saying the reasons he chooses certain braking points, or the reason he takes certain corners or hairpins certain ways. And then it starts kind of making sense. And then basically what he does then, after you've gone through that, he gives you a couple of rules for racing that you've got to think about for every lap. And once he does that, you kind of just do a whole bunch of laps. And then he starts picking up on these really small things you're doing wrong and talking you through it. It's a really good experience. By the end of the session, I'd improved my time by over a second per lap. So
Wow.
it's crazy, those little small things. And since then, my pace has definitely improved dramatically, just from that lesson. I would probably do it again. So I did the introductory course. So there are ones that go into more detail. Like he's got courses on overtaking, stuff like that. But I'll only do it when I start feeling I'm getting kind of stagnant again. And then I'll look at probably joining him again for another session. But it's definitely worth it if you're improving your pace. But I would say only do it if you feel like you're kind of stagnant now, and
Yeah,
you're just not getting faster.
100%. Just a quick question from the chat here from Flavius Buttress. How do we get into a training session with Mr. Peril?
So he's got a website. I think it's called Dave Coach Academy. I'll just make sure I'll put it in chat later. You go on there. You go to training sessions. You choose the game. In this case, GD Sports. He does it for ACC as well as iRacing. And then you just sign up there. You basically pay for it online, and then he contacts you, and then he schedules time with you, whichever is convenient for both you and him. It's pretty easy, straightforward to do.
Awesome stuff. And then before I get to some of the other questions in chat, my last question for you is, you obviously took part in the GTSSA Season 2, yes, or Season 2 last season. And I know that come the finale, there was a bit of an issue with your qualification for the showdown. So I don't know if you want to give us a bit of insight into that and just your feelings regarding that.
Yeah, I was super upset about that. I think overall, if I'd come last,
First, can you tell us what happened?
Yeah.
Tell them what happened.
So basically, what happened is I couldn't make the last race of the season, which was because I was moving house, and really all I wanted to do was even get AD points. I didn't really care about it, and my thinking as well was, listen, let me speak to the admins and say, well, I mean, I could technically have logged onto my PlayStation and then faked an AD, but I'm not going to do that. And basically they said no, they won't give me those points. But at that point, I think I would have been 5th overall, even if I had come in last place in the last race. And because I got 0 points for the last race, it kind of pushed me in, I think, like 12th or 13th place overall. So I didn't end up qualifying. So yeah, I was pretty pretty upset, pretty upset about that. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
100%, yeah. Very unfortunate to you there, brother, and I think you definitely would have shown a lot of pace in that showdown. Just quickly as we go to the chat, Jesse Swartz asking, how does it feel working alongside Dino? I think this is in regards to your guys' LNR season.
Careful.
Guys, it is probably one of the toughest jobs you'll ever have.
Bullshit.
It's not rewarding. It's time consuming. You know, it's horrible, to be honest. I'm kidding. It's not too bad. Sometimes you just have to put Dino in check. That's all you got to do. But for the most part, it's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I started helping out with the show was because I wanted to have a chatbox show to watch. I just didn't want it to look so shitty. So
yeah. Thank you.
And I mean, not to anyone's fault. It was just I saw it and I was like, well, I'm just one of those kind of people. I like to help people out. Just who I am, and if I can help you guys out, that's what I would do. And this was one way to far behind because I just haven't made a couple of races. I've just been too busy, to be honest. But RBS keeps beating us anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I'm competing or not. He's doing the best out of all of us.
Well, apparently Louis Lom passed him, so not anymore. Lekker Louis Lom. Uni.
Oh, he did?
Well done, though. Well done. And Ruan, I think other than that, but it's just been awesome to be able to chat to you today. I think a lot of insight was given to you for the guys that are in the stream chat. One thing they will want to ask, and I don't know if you'd want to discuss this on the chat box, is they just want to know what the cost is with David Perrol. I think it's best if you maybe just contact the guys directly and mention it to them.
Or just give them the link, yeah.
Get that insight and then send them the link as well.
Yeah, I think
other than
the link is Coach Dave, CoachDaveAcademy.com, and I can give you the price right now. I've got it in front of me here somewhere.
Okay, awesome.
I think
as he said, it is quite expensive.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
make sure you're sitting down, guys.
It depends which you consider expensive, but I think for most guys it would be considered expensive, especially with the exchange rate. But it's $150 for the fundamental course, which is the first one that you need to do. But there's pretty much 3 courses in total, which is the fundamentals, overtaking masterclass, and track guide masterclass. Where the track guide one is one that you can buy over and over again. He'll focus on a particular track that you want to really get to know. So, yeah, there's that as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome stuff. But again, Ruan, big thanks to you, brother, for joining us this evening and just giving us a bit of insight into what you do in terms of your sim racing and what helped you improve, and then also just obviously helping us out a lot. Like, Chatbox wouldn't be what it is without you, brother. So big shout out to you for that, bro.
It's a pleasure.
Much love from all our side, brother, from both of us, myself and Face, for taking our shitty show to the next level.
Yeah, no, it's not easy, but someone's got to do it, right?
But
you saw the potential, so we'll provide potential. You can provide the end product. So
it's all good. I enjoy doing it.
Awesome stuff. Cool beans, guys. Big thanks to Ruan. And yeah, just if you have any other questions for Ruan, do throw them in chat. He will be able to respond back to them. And yeah, over to you, Dino, for the moments of the week.
Alright, guys, we've got about 8 minutes left before the Chatbox Cup starts. So I'm going to try and rush this out a bit. We had a super in-depth interview with our own producer and director at the back here. So thanks for being patient with us and asking all the questions. We do appreciate it, guys. Awesome stuff. So we can have 1 moment of the week, 2 moments of the week, and then a chaos of the week as well. So let's jump over to the first moment of the week. I'll keep quiet, have a look at what happens there. This should be fun and entertaining.
Yep.
That was RBS Performance doing a triple overtake by fluke, by luck. I'm not sure. We can quickly run that one again. Have a look at this. So RBS, he's also, I won DeanoCantino, beat me last season, so he's got the livery on. Okay, so have a look at 13, 14, and 12 goes wide. 12 goes out, takes out the 1. Cool, calm, collective, steals the positions like a ninja. His life is definitely sorted out. Thanks a lot for sending that in, Mr. Sean RBS Performance. Guys, if you have awesome overtakes, if you have chaos on the track, moments of everything, please send it to myself or on the group and just tag Ruan, Pace, or myself, and we'll definitely see if we can get on the show for you. So we're going to jump onto Member of the Week 2. This is quite a special one with Sprinkler, Mr. Jesse Schwartz himself. I know he's watching this show now, more specifically because he's going to get featured. He had an absolutely superb race against GTA's Peetham and GTA's Caddy, who we consider some of the fastest drivers in South Africa. He remained super focused, and this was the last lap, in fact.
Yeah, this was the last lap.
Maybe if we can just jump, yeah.
The LNR Pool A race, round 10, round 8. East. Man, Sprinkler was in a Peugeot VGT. That's the GTA was pulling the shit. And man, I think Sprinkler, big kudos to him.
Yeah, guys, as you can see, they're already ahead by 1.3, 1.4, pushing each other ahead. And then with the train at the back, 10 seconds behind. And now I know Sprinkler practiced every single day for the last week. He has a man on a mission with regards to this. He kept his cool, kept his calm, collective. As you can see, that focus, looking at the deltas the whole time. And then you'll see at the end, just remains super focused.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things if you watch is the screen in terms of this race.
I both myself just commentate this is race and nobody heard us.
No, they can hear us, the PS4 things.
I see that, I see that.
But yeah, as I was saying, Sprinkler, if you watch your stream back then, you see this race in particular. This race is solo, no teammate, everyone else except myself had a teammate for this race. And man, what an awesome driver. Literally, guys, when you see it as he crosses the line, you realize what he's done.
Maybe there's sound on the video, yeah.
Literally screamed.
Listen to this.
Here it is.
Oh, Jess, my brother.
No, but awesome stuff there by Jesse. I think he's literally over the moon for the rest of this week. He's looking forward to the semis and finals that are coming up within the next 2 Sundays. So big shout out to him, and I think I must commend the guy. He's been plugging away at this game, and as you can see from the it's paid off.
Finally!
And there he's back, look at him.
Yes! Without a partner, so fucking sad.
Awesome stuff, Sprinkles, we love you, my boy. Okay, great stuff, guys. Let's jump over to the next one, which is Chaos of the Week. Look at him, still ranting on. This is Chaos of the Week. Actually, random moment of the week. Wolfman Willie goes for the position, gets taken out, boom, hits the back wall, gah, gets the side, see the other people coming, he decides, flip this shit, let me do reverse mode activated. Gets in position, P9 done. Oh, Wolfman
What a
Willie
man.
is a legend.
man.
As you can see, he's in the Chatbox Cup tonight as well. So that's awesome. Have a look at his racing this evening. What a gentle giant. So that's it for the Chatbox show this evening, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. We will be jumping to the Chatbox Cup right now. Stay on the stream, stay tuned. It is in the Willow Springs race. So quickly have a look at the video for those who are not too sure about what happens, what is Chatbox Up about, and then yeah, we will definitely get it sorted for you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember, do click the like button and the subscribe button. Mr. Pace will give his page details below, and Ruan will also give his page details below, and then just go to their channels and subscribe as well, please. Alright, perfect guys. So this is Chatbox Cup race 2. In fact, unfortunately it's a typo on my side. I apologize for that guys. It is Willow Springs. It's going to be any FFGR4 16 laps with super high tire wear. So this is master of tire wear and strategy. The first race was a normal sprint race and this is going to be insane. So we've got 4 people in the lobby at the moment and we'll jump over to that now. We're just waiting for 2 or 3 people. But they're having issues with load shedding, and yeah, let's hope that we can get it right. So we've got Mr. Dark Fox 1 ahead there, as you can see, followed by one of our teammates, Mr. DMR Travis. Then Wolfman Willie, the reverse monster himself as well. And then we've got JOO Pace, which used to be JOOR, but he's now JOO Pace, joining Mr. Pace Motorsports, who's run by Kalen Mawa, our co-host. Okay, so I'm not too sure. I'm sure somebody will just quickly find out for us with regards to that run. Is going to be co-commentating like last week. Awesome stuff. Always lovely to have you here, my brother. Let's have some fun.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, let's see what these guys do. I hope some other guys can get into the lobby. I'm not sure. We'll have to see on the chat if they have electricity issues.
Yeah, I do believe it might be. I know Anthony indefinitely is out for the remainder of the season in all aspects of the GD Sport racing due to some personal problems that he's sorting out. We love you, brother, and we wish you back soon. So we've got Dark Fox, Travis, Wolfman, Willie, JOO Pace. Anthony is not here, and then the 2 others, I'm not too sure. Really not sure at all. Let me just quickly jump on my phone here and have a look. Okay guys, so it looks like DSM JDJ can't race, load shedding and some generator cable has been destroyed, or thank you Flores, appreciate that brother, thanks for getting me updated. And then I'll quickly have a look here as well. Okay, so we've got everyone.
So this might be a very close race then.
So Mikhail has load shedding, TSM JDJ and Anthony has load shedding. I think we'll have a makeup race for those 3 because we're going to have a wildcard race anyway at the end for people affected by the load shedding or due to an AD difficulty, etc. So this is a paid for event with cash prizes, so everybody will have an equal opportunity and chance. And then yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 4-way race this evening, everyone.
Yeah, it does look so. So hopefully it's close and it'll be fun. That's what I'm hoping for. We know that all the guys here can perform, so yeah.
Gonna be interesting. I'm just letting the guys know that we have quali in 2 minutes. Apologies for the puppy sounds, guys, but yeah, it's life, and we have puppies. 2 lovely Labrador cross Belgian Malinois. So fluffy as a Labrador, but just eats the living shit out of everything else, and they're so aggressive. So trying to tame them, but myself and my wife are obviously keeping to the sides. But apart from that, so let's go forward. Quali is going to start in 2 minutes, guys. I'm just going to quickly, if we can just show them the race or the members list. It's only 4 drivers this evening, guys, so we have Dark Fox 1, DMR Travis, Wolfman Willie, and JOO Pace. Who do you think is going to be top 4 here, right?
I think the top 4 is definitely going to be DMR DeanoCantino and DMR AM Racing, and then one of the 2 drivers that are actually competing.
Okay, so, well, there's Dark Fox 1, DMR Travis, Wolfman Willie, and JOO Pace. TT Sirocco and Sirocco, and from what we saw last week, the Siroccos were suffering a bit at the end, and the TTs actually just nailed them. So I hope that Wolfman Willie.
Sirocco won last weekend, didn't it? Our Phantoms drove the Sirocco.
Fair enough. So it definitely has the potential if you know how to drive it and get the best out of it. So let's see. Okay, so if you had to put your money on P1 and P2, I'm not going to say podium now because that's 75%. So P1 and P2 in quali, who do you think that is, and in the race?
P1 probably J-Dub, I would say. And then P2 probably our teammate DMR Travis. So yeah, I think that'll be P1, P2 for quali.
All right, beautiful stuff. Sorry for my little heart attack there, guys. One of the dogs just grabbed my wife's Scuff Gamers remote or Nacon, and yeah, she wasn't aware of it. So otherwise, chatbox from next week would have been cancelled if that had to happen, guys. So I just had to chase away. Sorry. Okay, so quali is going to start, and let's quickly have a look at this.
Dino, I think you should just race this race, man.
You think so?
Yeah, you've had no practice, have you?
None. I haven't driven this combo. I haven't driven it. I've just made it up for them to drive. Are you going to be able to commentate by yourself?
Yeah, I could do it, but I think it would be unfair if you joined. We can't have DMR guys in the podiums everywhere.
Hey, stirring the pot already. I'm going to take the wrath of that. Okay, guys, so quali is up. Everybody is active now. Dark Fox has just joined. So yeah, let's quickly jump through and have a look at this. Yeah. Right, guys, we're just going to quickly exit the lobby. Seems like some technical difficulties, you know, this network with GD Sports and AD, etc. So we can't see JWO Pace. On my screen, he's actually out and qualifying. So, guys, I'll just keep you, without visual, I'll just keep you in touch. JW is in front, followed by Dark Fox 1. DMR Travis slightly behind, and then Wolfman Willie starting late on his out lap. JW Pace just jumped to the pits. Looks like he's going to start on hards because he's just on the hards. Okay, so apologies for that, Ruan. We'll just quickly exit and log back in. Dark Fox 1 starting his final lap. JW is on his out lap, obviously just changed from his hards. Travis has just started his lap as well. .7, the first one to do a lap time. Wolfman Willie on the final straight now, starting his final approach. Passing the finish line at 1:18.3. So the first two that we have in place is DMR Travis 1:16.7. Then we have Wolfman Willie at the 1:18.3, and then we'll have a look at JWO Pace now on the back straight. Optimum time is 1:16.3. on his third lap. So let's have a look to see what he's doing here. Oh, and JW Pace went left off wide, as you can see there, and he was on the fastest lap.
I think I'm clashing with J-Dub.
Well, JW was just on your screen now, just swallowed to the left.
Yeah, it looks like I'm clashing with him. I'll try re-enter the lobby.
Alright. Guys, so we're just having technical difficulties with the race. Apologies for that. The visual and the streaming, we think the networks are playing a badass role again. So Wolfman Willie coming for his second lap now. 18.2, improves on his previous lap, 1.4 seconds behind Travis. JW Pace went to pit again. He's gonna obviously try and push one lap only. With his mistake he had, he could have had pole there by about 0.4. Let's hope Travis is gonna go pit. Yeah, he did go in pit. He's on his out lap now, and hitting the back straight. Alright guys, apologies for that. Looks like we are clashing with JW Pace. I know that he's on his cell phone hotspot, which means they might be the net type that is causing an issue at the moment. And that Ruan can't go into the lobby to do a live stream. This is very troublesome. I do apologize for this, gents.
Yeah, we can stream. We can stream, guys. I just cannot see J-Dub. That's all. But Dino, you'll just have to keep us informed on where J-Dub is when the race starts.
J-Dub is on your screen. He's not showing. Correct?
Yeah, it's just showing him off track. That's all.
Okay, and then DMR Travis is also on a 16.7. He doesn't show on your screen.
Yeah, it's because I re-entered the lobby, so I can't see the guy's times. So you need to tell us the times.
Okay, guys. So DMR Travis is on 16.7. Dark Fox is on a 17.1. Wolfman 18.2. JWO Pace again on the right hand side. Last corner. Very skeptical this time. Going to the final straight. Has some nice carried pace through here. On the final straights, let's have a look at the time here. 16.5. He just takes Travis by 0.2. He's in a 16.7. Well done, Mr. JW Pace. DMR Travis also still on his outlap. I think he's just chilling as he's happy with his result. And he's already changed to his tires. So DMR Travis on the racing hards. It looks like he's going to be starting on the hards. JW Pace also starting on the hards. And then Dark Fox is obviously going to try and push another lap or two here to see if you can get DMR Travis in second place. What are your thoughts on this small lobby so far, Mr. Ruan?
Yeah, well, at least we know who's going to be in top 4, so that's all good. But yeah, I'm upset that I can't really see J-Dub right now, but I guess it is what it is. We'll just have to see. But what position is J-Dub at the moment on your side?
He's on Q1 at the moment with a 116.5. Travis shortly behind with a 16.7. Dark Fox with a 17.1. But Dark Fox is starting his next final lap now with his new soft, so he's going for his last flying lap. And I'll keep you updated on the sectors. Should be close if he has a good push here. He might jump DMR Travis in second place.
Yeah, I see Dark Fox 1 is saying that controllers matter on the side of his car.
Yes, his livery is specially designed for us. I can drive stick. And he's not talking about gears, he's talking about analog stick. Lovely on the back race. He's also got
Nice.
your name represented, the AM Racing, on the back left if you have a look at that.
Oh, sweet.
He's also representing you in chat box, my brother, bottom left.
The AM sign. That's exactly
Okay,
what
he's up 1.2 on his side, on his fastest lap. So if he takes this last corner perfectly with a good exit, he might jump P2. Ooh, very good exit. Very good exit. Let's have a look. Maybe, is he jumping DMR Travis? Is he going to jump him or not? He is not going to jump him, only by 0.20. Did try his best. Wolfman Willie looking at the hards. Dark Fox looks like he's going to start on the soft. He hasn't changed his tires. Oh no, he puts it in the beginning. So, in the beginning inning.
Well, what I'll do is just now, because the race is going to start shortly, is I'm going to quickly exit again and go in. Maybe I can see J-Dub again.
No problem, no problem. Right guys, race is about to start. I'm not sure how many viewers do I have at the moment. I'm still watching with regard to these issues that we're having. So let's have a spectate, see what's going to run here. All about this race is about tire saving. Dark Fox got traction control 1 on. Let's see, so we've got JW Lopez, DMR Travis, Dark Fox 1, Wolfman Willie. Interesting to see the alternating cars. TT Sirocco. Quite interesting. Everybody's off. Everybody's off. AM Racing has joined the room.
Yeah, I'll be in there shortly. Yeah, it's busy joining right now.
Okay, the guys between Travis and Fox, they are battling already in the starts. They should actually just conserve their tires. Otherwise, JW is going to make a gap and they won't catch him again. So they need to work together here to conserve tires. But it looks like the TT has taken up the 2 top spots. And let's see what can be done.
Yeah, unfortunately, I still can't get on J-Dub. I can see him on track, but he just shows that he's off track.
No problem, guys. As you can see there, J-Dub is literally just 10 meters ahead of Dark Fox, all in a slip train. And Dark Fox goes off wide to the left. That guy's absolutely killing himself right now.
That is the problem with this track.
The worth that's going through. So.
You touch the sand on this track and it just takes days to get back.
He's going to jump to the pits now. Looks like he's going to do 1-1 and then an extra stop. So I believe he's going to do a 7-7-1-1. Might be one way to remove that time on the mediums by just going to pits and take your time loss. You should have clean track for the rest of the race. So J-Dub is about 0.8 ahead of DMR Travis at the moment. Just taking the left hand in front of DMR Travis at the moment. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, J-Dub goes a little bit wide. Travis is right on his bum.
Yeah, sorry guys, on my stream you guys will just see Travis in front, but we'll just take Dino's word for it that J-Dub is winning.
Okay, so yeah, that is true. Thank you, take my word for it. I would not BS you at this moment. Okay, so J-Dub and Travis making gaps slightly ahead in front there. He's about 0.3 ahead of him, about 3-4 car lengths, J-Dub. So Travis should just take it quiet and neat and tidy around the corner. He isn't slip, obviously, so... Wolfman Willie is sticking to them.
Yeah, very...
Soft tires, both of them are on hards, yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys are obviously going to go for the one-stopper. It does seem that way. J-Dub's tire wear is currently much worse than DMR Travis.
Yeah, but we did notice that last week as well, that the Scirocco's tire wear was a little bit better, although it seemed like the Scirocco's fuel consumption was a bit more than the TT's. So
Correct, yeah. So I think he's balancing that now and stuff. Okay, so as close as Wolfman Willie is to Travis, that is how close Travis is to J-Double and Pace. They are literally two car lengths apart. What are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, look, it's very difficult for me to see what's happening with J-Dub, but how's J-Dub's fuel looking right now compared to Travis?
It looks like his fuel is in about 76%, and Travis looks like he's about 79%. So maybe a 3% difference only.
So Travis has a bit more fuel than J-Dub right now.
That's correct, yes. And their tire wear now are exactly even. Okay, J-Dub just went a little bit wide, touched a little bit of the sand, now he's got dirty tires. Travis on his bumper. I don't think Travis will make a move now, he needs to fuel save. J-Dub defending the tight inside. Doesn't look like Travis wants to go for the move. Strategically, they are on each other's bumpers, going through the corners.
Well, it seems
Wolfman
like
Willie on behind.
yeah, it seems like Dog Fox is catching up to Wolfman pretty quickly. He's caught up about 3 seconds in the last 2 laps, so he's flying right now as well.
Kudos on Dog Fox, he's definitely making the most of the soft tires and the clean trackness. I think he's going to do 1771. I believe that might be the way to go. But I don't think he can do 7 on the softs. He might only get 5 laps on the softs, so he might do 455. So let's have a look. With the controller, he needs to be fast and consistent.
Wolfman in for tires now.
So just a quick,
His tires were finished, to be
Wolfman
honest.
going in for his tire. Just a quick update on the pace. Pace and Travis bumper to bumper. Pace slightly ahead with Travis on his tail. I think Travis is not making moves. He wants to conserve tires and save fuel. He's definitely about 6-7% more fuel than JW Pace at the moment.
Yeah, Dog Fox at least making a lot of time on Travis as well right now. So, but yeah, his tires, his softs are gonna start slowing down really shortly.
Yeah, he needs to make the most of his clean air because Travis and JW Pace is making slight mistakes. Well, I'm just going to say JW the whole time, otherwise people will think it's Caden. He's making small mistakes the whole time. Travis is not going past him, so whatever time JW is losing, Travis is losing on his hard. So it might be a good thing for Dark Fox as he's not battling at the moment, and this is where he can make up that 5, 6, 7 seconds he lost.
Yeah, it does seem though that Travis is keeping the times pretty consistent against Dark Fox. So Dark Fox not catching up as quickly as he was to Wolfman earlier.
So still bumper to bumper, Travis trailing Jada bumper to bumper. Super clean and chilled racing, yeah. And J-Dub is also his fuel saving while he's in the lead, so he's not just pushing it relentlessly. So let's see what his strategy is. But fuel wise, the Scirocco is about 7 units more, approximately.
So sorry, what is that gap between J-Dub and Travis?
0.3.
Okay, so it's still pretty tight.
3 car lengths, yes. Very tight, very tight.
Yeah, Dog Fox one
Both
definitely
very
not. Dog Fox
fast.
one definitely not making any progress on Travis really right now, and his tires.
Yeah, he's on his last lap or something.
Yeah, tires don't look good.
You think he's going to definitely go pit now?
I'm not sure. He'll probably
should.
pit shortly.
He should have pitted. do an extra stop.
Yeah, Travis's tires still look pretty good.
Yeah, Travis's right-hand tires are half what JW is, and he's got about 5% more on the left front than what JW has as well. So he is shifting up a bit, conserving tires. Dark Fox is catching up now because Travis is holding back because he doesn't want to pass J-Dub.
Yeah, Dark Fox catching a second in this last lap, but
Looks like Travis is going on the inside now. Travis on the inside, J-Dub on the out. I think J-Dub wants that. I think J-Dub would appreciate that. Now he can steal some slip and fuel back as well.
so
Travis going off slightly to the left.
so Travis.
Oh, J-Dub is going to go for the undercut.
All right, so Travis is ahead right now.
Yes, J-Dub has just pitted. He's on 47 and he's going to his mediums right now. He's filling his tank as well. Obviously, he's doing a one-stopper.
Yeah, I would assume Travis is going to do the same thing.
Yeah, Travis is doing an extra lap on the hards, which might slightly benefit him, especially with the fuel consumption, as he might jump back on that, have one lap fresher, softer than J-Dub. So J-Dub's outlap needs to be superb for him to be able to jump Travis. Oh, J-Dub is going to go for the two-stopper. He put on softs.
So the requirement's only hards and mediums then.
Mediums, that's correct, yes. So J-Dub's definitely going to do another pit.
But we did see last week that the two-stop was definitely faster with iPhantoms. Actually, I think iPhantoms did a three-stop, did he not?
No, are you sure? I think, yeah, Flockfrock is the only one who did a one-stop, yeah.
Okay, Travis coming out the pits now.
On mediums.
On mediums, yeah.
That's fine, it might balance each other out.
But we do know that the softs, especially with the tire
J-Dub is
wear...
only 0.7 ahead, for your reference.
Yeah, so we do know that the softs are super quick with the tire wear that we have now for a few laps. So J-Dub definitely needs to push really hard.
Yeah, J-Dub is 1.1 seconds ahead, so he just jumped him from the pits. He literally passed him as Travis exited the pits. Dark Fox now is 4 seconds behind on his last stints, and he's also going to press another one time. So it'll be interesting to see how many laps he's going to do.
Yeah, we'll need to see, but yeah, it looks like Travis is just going till the end. If he can, I'm not sure if he can.
If he did, he's going to push his medium for 8 laps, so let's have a look and see if he can get it done.
What is the delta between Travis and J-Dub?
1.3 seconds, sir.
Okay. So J-Dub pulling away just a little bit.
Yes. It'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Delta now at 1.6. So J-Dub is definitely pulling the gap with his softs, but his softs are already on 60% balance, almost on halfway. his front left. So it should be another lap, and his softs will be shot.
It may be a good idea for Travis to pit when J-Dub pits for softs, because if you can stay close to him for a while, yeah, he can definitely have the advantage.
Very true. Instead of just going straight for it.
Although, will Travis's fuel last him till the end of the race? I'm not sure.
It will, in fact, yes, because he's on lap 11 now, and he's on about 29-30%.
Okay.
So he's not on quarter tank yet. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, what you just mentioned would have worked. Okay, Delta is now 0.9. Looks like J-Dub struggling with those worn softs now, so...
Yeah, maybe a good idea for Travis to get on the soft soon. If he's deciding to pit again, I'm not sure, but he'll definitely be able to keep have a much better pace if he can get on the softs, especially with J-Dub getting on mediums next.
Yes. J-Dub is now 1 second ahead. Well, 0.8. He just made a mistake on the last corner. Ooh, okay, so J-Dub went into the pits.
Yeah, Travis will need to really take advantage of this. If he's deciding to go to the end of the race, he's really going to need to
He
push
needs
it.
to fuel, so he's not going to be able to make his fuel, so he's definitely going to pit. I'm not sure what his strategy is here. I hope he's not looking at doing 8 and 8. He should have done 9 on hards then and 7 on mediums perhaps. Oh, Trevor's going wide in the sand trap. That might have been his only advantage. Dark Fox is right on J-Dub's pace, 0.3 behind. But pace should start pulling the gap now. Apologies for that. So we've got 4 laps essentially left after this with a 6-second gap. So J-Dub, I think J-Dub's going to catch him.
Yeah, that's why I said
Travis pits now.
Travis-
Travis should have pitted now, brother.
Travis should get on the softs as soon as possible.
He should have done that now. Yeah, his strategy completely bugged him up here. Yeah. Yeah, he shot himself in the foot with his strategy here. Guys, yes, also he is a DMR member, but we've made it very clear that no strategy assistance will be given or advantage will be given to any DMR drivers, etc. with regards to strategy tips, advice, etc. They're on their own accord with regards to these races. And obviously by the looks of it now, his strategy might have shot him in the foot. His fuel is not going to make it, and yeah, if he's going to pit now, he's lost so much time. He could have just gone on the softs. So it looks like if he's pitting now,
Yeah, J-Dub's
unless he read the
definitely
details
gonna.
wrong.
Yeah, J-Dub's definitely gonna pass him if he puts now.
No, J-Dub is now 3.9 seconds behind. Okay, Travis is coming into the pits now. Left it a bit late. But now you can have 3 flats. 3 flat pushing softs. He doesn't have to tie out fuel save. And he's got 3 laps to make that time. I'll give you the delta right away.
Travis going on mediums again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't feel that
No,
the
he completely
softs
messed us up.
are gonna last that long.
I don't think he read the race conditions or race things well, to be quite honest with you. I don't think he understood it. JWO pace now 4.8 seconds ahead. 3 laps to go. I don't think the tires are going to help him that much. If he was on the softs, he could have killed that delta.
Well, we do know sometimes the stream or the spectating bug happens where we can't necessarily know what tire the car's on. So maybe he did change softs, we just can't see it. We'll only be able to know.
Perhaps.
Yeah, we'll only be able to know by the delta. I don't know if he's catching up at all.
Only 0.3 now. Dark Fox also now on a stint of softs, so he should be starting to catching Travis as well. So interesting to see.
Yeah, I just think Dog Fox is just a little bit too far behind to catch Travis.
Yes, true.
Especially with Travis being on fresher tyres.
Delta still at 4.5. Yeah, he's not going to make it. I think he made a big mistake with regards to what his strategy was. I don't think he read the rules quite well, to be honest with you. Delta is only at 4.2 now, so exact same lap time.
Wolfman Willie now suddenly catching Dog Fox 1 out of
Dark
nowhere.
Fox, yes.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting as well.
He's on worn mediums now, and Dark Fox on worn softs. So it should be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. Okay, the Delta is now down to 3.5. It's not going to be enough for Travis to catch him. If Travis did go on the softs, he should have caught him quite earlier and faster.
Last week we saw our Phantoms catch up 3 seconds in a lap.
Yes.
So
Two
yeah,
worn mediums.
it's not impossible.
Yeah, well, he's on mediums now, definitely by the looks of the tires. It's on his 3rd lap now. The softs would have been much more worn. Okay, J-Dub 3.2 ahead, starting the final straight now. Followed by DMR Travis. He's gonna kick himself after we tell him what his mistakes were, and he'll kick himself because he could have gone for the win, yeah. But like it says, part of racing, follow the rules, guys, follow the rules.
100%.
Also, JWO pace, 2.7 ahead, DMR Travis. Then we've got Dark Fox 1, 18 seconds behind. Wolfman Willie, 2 seconds behind Dark Fox 1, also finishing the race now. Run as you predicted, brother.
Yeah, I guess that happened, but I think Travis would also, yeah, definitely kick himself for not getting on softs on those last few laps. And he just
Unless
put
he
it.
maybe had a pit mistake like myself.
Yeah, that could have happened, but he could have also just pitted a lap or two earlier. I feel like he just left it a little bit too late anyway.
Yes, definitely. I completely agree with you there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm just gonna tell him already that you didn't use softs. He's gonna kick himself, so let me just initiate that seed of him kicking himself. Right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it, Mr. Ruan. Awesome show as always. Thanks for commentating. We can just chat in the background or behind the scenes with regards to what will happen to the 3 guys that are out like trouts. So yeah, and definitely be able to see what's going to happen there. What are your thoughts on that? Definitely be able to give them a makeup race.
Yeah, I think we should. It's unfortunate that we couldn't have some guys race tonight, but yeah, sometimes that is what it is.
That is what's good for the geese is good for the gander, you know. So It's absolutely horrible with regards to our country's load shedding issues. So many things are getting out of hand with regards to the electricity. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Was a fun race. Stay tuned for next week's race. Next week's race is in Cirque de la South. Nice V8 cars around, like I said, Cirque de la South, which is a Le Mans type race, which is going to be awesome racing. This is also the last race for the pools, and then obviously the top 5 of each pool will go through to the semi-finals, or the top 6 rather, and then we'll have a final showdown after that. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and Ruan, is there anything you want to add, my brother?
Yeah, no, nothing from me. Just looking forward to the next race. Hopefully load shedding ends this week, and we can have everyone back for racing on Monday.
Yeah, definitely, guys. All right, thanks for watching. This is DeanoCantino out. Have yourselves a good one, gents. Tot ziens, goodbye. Uhamba kahle. So abono next week Monday, ne?
Cheers, Jets. Cheers, Dino.
I took you off guard there. Well done.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, brother. Have a good one.